What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to Keeping It Real Tea. I'm here with my guys, Michael and Jerry, and they're the Prosperity Innovators. Guys, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining in.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for this opportunity. You definitely killing the game, killing the real estate game. So we here to sip some tea and talk about it.
Exactly. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to have you guys on. As you know, we met about a year ago now. Has it? I think it's been a little over a year in the Superhuman campaign, and it's just changed everybody's life just tremendous. The impact that the superhumans have had on my life personally has just really changed the game, and it has allowed me to meet some wonderful people like you and Jerry.
Right,
I just kind of, in meeting you guys, of course, you guys won the Superhuman of the Year last year. I gotta give you props to that. That
right,
was big
right.
bucks. And I really wanted to dig into the story. So before you met Jerry, until we get Jerry back on, Michael, tell me a little bit about your story before you became partnered in with Jerry and started doing real estate.
Right. Before I started real estate and before I met Jerry, I didn't know anything about real estate. Like, honestly, real estate was one of the greatest gifts that I was given because it forced me into some personal development. Right.
Mhm.
Before that, I mean, I didn't even know the difference between an asset and a liability. You know what I mean? So before that, I was working in I worked in a law firm for about 5 years as a paralegal. Before that, I was in trouble with the law firm. You know what I mean? So it was a transition. That was a big transition in my life. So working in and around the law firm with a lawyer that had a general practice, but also like a real estate or estate planning practice where we got to see a lot of the things in regards to like estate planning, affidavits of heirship, probating, actual wills, deals were actually being done in the law firm. And I started getting hip to it. And then the lawyer started making me like deep skip trace people, so to speak. So he would get the pre-foreclosures and things would happen, and the court would assign him to locate the heirs of the estate, right?
Okay.
So I'm like in the mix and not even knowing it. That's a little bit of my background. But when I started to research like wholesaling real estate investing, a lot of the times at first I was like, I want to be in real estate, I need to get a rental. That was like my first idea of real estate investing. But because of the law firm, coupled with like videos, Quentin Flores, Max Maxwell, things like that, I was able to get hip to the wholesaling game, and that's when I met Jerry Pearson, and it just took off.
So, okay, all right. So hold that. So now, Jerry, I'm just talking to Michael about who Michael was before he met you and what he was doing. So before you met Michael, tell me a little bit about what you were doing and if you had any interest at all into to real estate.
Awesome, awesome. What's going on? You can hear me, right?
I can hear you so loud and clear, bro. Fresh
Perfect,
cut is in, like you
perfect,
good.
perfect. Let's get it. Okay, so before I got into real estate, doing wholesaling, I was working. I was working a 9 to 5. I was putting in a lot of hours. Working in supply chain management. Basically, I was a warehouse supervisor. Literally, well, before that, how I got there. Originally I got fired. Right, I got
Okay.
fired. And after that, like my mind was just wired differently. I went to a HBCU. I got my degree. I was at a job to where I thought I was going to retire there. Like that's how much, here I am 22, 23 years old, thinking like, hey, I'm going to retire here. And I ended up getting fired. And after that, my mom was just rewired differently, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
did end up getting another job working in supply chain, right? Putting in a lot of hours, and I'm like 25 years old, and I'm stressed out, and I'm just like, I'm young, young, feeling like
What's the 25-year-old stresses
I
be,
was.
bro?
What is bro stressing about exactly? So I was just like, this can't be, this can't be for me. So literally, I put in my notice and I quit. I quit. I really did, and it really blew my mind how happy I felt after that. It really blew my mind. So after that, I ended up driving some Lyft, just trying to figure things out, right? And I came across a Facebook ad about wholesaling, and after that, I was just running with it ever since. You eventually find Max Maxwell and his videos, got into some of those Facebook groups, and was just running after that.
Running
Okay,
after them checks they was posting.
I know that's
At
right.
first.
Yeah, there was a lot of
They was
checks.
posting them checks. Hey
Uh-huh.
guys, if you're just tuning in with us, this is Keeping It Real Tea. I'm your host Yolanda, and I have my boys Michael and Jerry Pearson here with us today, and they are the Prosperity Innovators, guys. Tell me real quick, guys, who came up with the name Prosperity Innovators? Because I love it. Obviously, I love prosperity, but I know you both, individual as well as together as a team. So for me, when I hear that name, I'm thinking of um, serve, I'm thinking of God, I'm thinking of just so much of what you guys bring to a whole, because I know serve is your number one goal,
Right.
despite of the money, despite of what we do. You guys always talk about how you are problem solvers and how you are here to serve. So the name, who came up with that?
It was actually both of us. I think we were sitting in our kitchen, in my kitchen in Belton, and we were thinking about like a cool name, that we could put together. And I think it was Jerry that actually had the name Prosperity he wanted to use. And then I had the name like Innovation or Innovators that I wanted to use. So we just kind of put them together and it like flowed. It sounded good. So that's what we ran with, the Prosperity Innovators.
I love it. It definitely fits you, both of you guys. Like when I do, hear that, or I see the tag, or I see the hustler tag, or I see the CEO tag, I
Right.
know that Prosperity Innovators is following that tag. And I just love it. I love how you guys really do. And can I say it? But you guys didn't don't not that you don't want to be leaders, but that
Hmm.
wasn't like your goal to be, in a leadership role. But you guys are
Right.
natural born leaders, and
Right.
so I've watched you guys just kind of go from really being about the business to
Hmm.
now coming out to really serve our community. And
Right.
I mean, our community, you already been problem solvers for so many clients, and you guys really came together with the system. But for me, just on the outside in, and I could be wrong, but I believe that you guys were so successful because of your drive to serve. I don't think
Right.
you were really focused on, because when I talked to Jerry a day, he was like, "Man, we didn't even know what we were doing." You know what I'm saying? Like we just wanted to help people. We were just, deals
Yeah.
was flowing in, things was just happening. And I really wanted to share light on that today for you guys, because for me, if even you didn't open your mouth and I just saw a post, I'd be like, you know what? The spirit in them, the God that's led through them is the person I want to get to know. And I don't know about you, but a lot of people do what we do. But if you
Hmm.
don't carry the spirit of God within you and allow God to guide you, that's the leadership that I see in you both that I love on Facebook. Even if you're talking about real estate, you're tagging a post. Michael, you always do scripture. I love it.
Hmm.
A lot of times when we post those things, we don't know who it's helping or who see it and who can really benefit from that. And a lot of times people don't know how to connect the two. So when I scroll
Right.
down and I see the connection of the two, that's why for me it was like, all right, I saw Prosperity Innovators. I wasn't thinking like people think of prosperity, be successful and do this stuff. But when I
Hmm.
see the tag, for me, it's like, okay, serve God, you know,
Right.
all of the foundation steps are there. And I know for a fact that that's a reason why you guys are very successful, because of that spirit in God first, and that connection that you guys have. So, who wants to go first? But I would love to know how and where did you guys meet?
Jerry. Jerry tells the story pretty good.
Take it away, Jerry. How did you
So,
guys meet?
so so real quick, you talk about the prosperity innovators, right? Let's talk about the powerhouse realtor.
Come on.
What is the meaning of powerhouse? And I actually looked that up earlier this week, right? A person of great energy, strength, and power.
Yeah.
Sister, that is definitely you. Definitely.
Huh.
You. Thank
That's
you.
right. That's right.
I came up with that name because basically I love what I do. As a realtor, I always think about my clients first and foremost. If I represent my clients and I'm doing testimonies with them, but they will tell you I go to bat for my clients. If something going down, like I'm like, it's my house, like I'm upset.
Right.
Really, I'm all about my client and serving them first and foremost. Even if I don't know the answer, I'm like, hold on, let me get the answer and we're gonna come back and figure this out together. But I ain't going anywhere. I had
Right.
a lender take my client's money. They went into her account
Oh,
into
snap.
mortgage. Mind you, this is a short sale. You have no right to go
Oh,
into her account at all.
right.
Lawyer was calling to negotiate on behalf, so they opened the account up with the lawyer calling, but she didn't tell anybody to go into the account to take money. This lender, they were wrong. They knew they were wrong. And so
Right.
my client is 85 years old. I'm sorry, 75. She's 75 years old, and she calls and she's like, you took my money. And I'm like, me? No, ma'am. Like, I have authorization to
Oh,
talk to
snap.
them, but I haven't taken any money. And so I really was like, hey, listen, let's call on three-way. You know what I mean? Because I want her to trust me. I don't want to call and you don't listen. I want to make sure that I got your back. I'm not going to get off the phone. We're going to figure it out. And
Right.
I stayed on the phone for her for about 2 hours, went through the whole process of telling them they were wrong and getting her
Hmm.
money back. But I say that to say when I work with people, I definitely serve and I'm with you like hands down. I got your back. Even if the deal ain't going through, guess what? You're going to know, something happened outside of my control, but I'm still right here. I still got your back, and we're still going down. And so on that part of it, I really love what I do. And so I have my client's best interest at heart when it comes to a real estate agent, not the investor part.
Right.
Being an investor, knowing how to wholesale and just knowing the whole game. Like I'm
Hmm.
not being I might be arrogant when I say this, but when I go in a house, I can strategize that house.
Right.
The house tells me the story. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So for me, it's always going to be a deal. And if I can't help that person, that's fine.
Right.
But for me, when I go in, okay, I have a client, they got an FHA loan. If the house is a mess, I'm like, all right, listen, bro, we need to switch you over to FHA 203. You could do the rehab, you could do this. But the house tell me how to strategize that. So being
Right.
able to have both sides, it just allows me to have that power to finesse and strategize that deal. Now,
Right.
mind you, I had to learn if it ain't a deal, you definitely got to walk away. But
Right.
by the time I leave that house, I got 2, 3, 4, 5 extra strategies in
Yeah.
my head.
Yeah.
If it ain't a deal for the client, do I know somebody else that could use this deal? If it ain't a deal for them, do I want the deal? If it ain't gonna
Right.
work for me, so it's like I have so many different ways to
Hmm.
play it, and I love being an agent. Sometimes people are like, oh, it's a lot. You got to keep up with the license and do that, but it's worth it because I get the best of both worlds. I don't have to give off my leads to anybody who is
That's
not
right.
listening
That's
to anything.
right.
I can say, hey, listen, I'm now licensed in Maryland and PA. I'm working on my DC license now.
Right.
So I just like to stay, ahead of the game and at the table because shifts. The one thing I love about real estate is things change often.
That's
You
right.
need to know which way to be on.
That's
You
right.
understand what I'm saying? Like
That's right.
everything, everybody like, oh, it's a pandemic that's going on. Okay, we ain't even worried about it. We made the most money in the pandemic.
That's
I was
correct.
scared in the beginning. I was like, oh man, it's gonna be another recession like it was in 2008, and the crash came. And everybody got their own theories, and we
Hmm.
still been killing it. Yo, I made the most money, and I know this. I'm just at the tip of the iceberg. I'm not even
Right.
where my goals and things are taking me. But
Right.
even being there is just like, and I do all of that for God. I serve God, guys. When I don't know if y'all remember, we had a superhuman campaign a couple months ago. I'm going back a little bit. And,
Hmm.
and Jerry, we were all in there, and I was sharing just how some people can really chase the money. And I
Hmm.
had a point in my life, I was really chasing the money. Like I was like, all
Hmm.
right, just keeping it real. In our group, we keep it real. I'm gonna
Right.
keep fuck this the real show.
Right. Right.
Everybody want to get in real estate because they see the money, they see the fast, like they see this, but they don't see them struggles and things that we go through in the midst of it.
Hmm.
Sometimes when you're not focused on your goals, when you're not focused on your mindset, your personal development, your meditation, I can't express how important that is for our business. You
Right.
don't think that your personal development is important. You don't think that getting up in the morning, the first thing that you listen to sets your day.
Hmm.
Come on, God.
That's right.
Guys, the first thing that we get up in the morning, I'm training myself to get up in the morning, don't even touch the phone.
Right.
I just want to get up, roll over, pray, give God his glory, maybe listen to some great music, some worship music that just get my energy going so
Hmm.
I can transfer that energy to the next person.
That's right.
So it's just so important to have. And since I've been really doing that, and I'm not perfect at it, but my
Mm-hmm.
goal was to close 3 deals a month. Guys, I
Mm-hmm.
am lined up for August already for 5 deals to close.
Wow. Powerhouse.
Powerhouse.
5.
Powerhouse.
Now, guys, you know how it is. I'm not counting it because in one time I'll be like, all right, I got these 5 deals. Let me see how much I'm gonna break
Right.
in.
Right.
I
Uh-huh.
told God, I said, you know what, Lord, because something may happen with that. I'm just serving the next client. I'm not even worried about how much is coming in. I'm
Right.
just worried about who the next person I can help.
Right.
So I definitely wanted to have you guys on today because where I am in my life, I see you guys already
Mm-hmm.
leaders in that on Facebook, what you guys post, what you put out, how you deliver. And I just love that I have friends that I'm connected with, even though I don't talk to you guys every day. Scrolling down Facebook, getting that positive energy, being able to be around like minded people and have some
Mm-hmm.
new friends in my life is refreshing.
Right.
It definitely is refreshing. So,
It is.
thank you, Jerry, for putting it on me. I appreciate you.
I,
But
I,
but
I'll get into my story. Yeah, yeah.
I want to definitely know, how did you guys meet? Because again, you have two different people that came together. So I think that meet is so important.
Most
Right.
definitely. Yeah, I just had to shine the light on you right quick. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I met Michael at the tax sale, right?
Foreclosure.
Foreclosure,
Foreclosure sale.
Okay.
Courthouse.
at the courthouse, and we were both looking for cash buyers in the area, right? So we're just working the room. Well, we're individually just working the room, and Michael, he's on crutches, man. Like he just had knee surgery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Working the room just as fast as me. You know, like how many people would like make up an excuse to just sit at home all day and just be like, hey, you know what, my knee is hurt, or I just had surgery. I'm gonna just lay back and chill, or I'm gonna just make phone calls from here. But no, he was working the room just as fast, and we ended up just connecting. That wasn't like the it moment right there. The it moment was probably like maybe 2 3 months later when we met at another networking event,
Mm-hmm.
and he was telling me about the deals he had going on. I had a deal at the time. I was a few deals in, and he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, I got this buyer for you, and everything, and and Mike knows me. Like I keep this wall up. Like you got to show me. Like
Yeah.
if you want my attention, like you want my time, you got to show me." So I'm like, "Man, what do you want?" He was like, "Hey man, if you get this buyer, I don't even want anything. Just take him. If he works out, cool." So
Mm-hmm.
in his head, he was plotting. He had a plan the whole time. Me, I was just like, man, well, I just got this wall up, right? So we ended up doing a deal together to where I think Antelope was the first one,
Yep.
literally the first one. Went there, took some pictures. He told me to originally just meet him there at the property, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I took some pictures there and just did sort of like the bare minimum on that deal, honestly, because I had a little bit of my own stuff going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when it was like time to close on it, he was like, "Hey man, send me some JV paperwork," and I was like, "Man, I ain't even. It's not even my deal. I ain't do nothing." So he was just like, "Nah, let's run it. You get 50% of this." So that right there, I was like, "Okay, he's solid. He's solid." But I think he understood that was like a time in my life where I felt like I was fighting for it. I was
Mm-hmm.
still trying to see, or like um, just tell myself that I am worthy of being an entrepreneur. This is where I'm
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be at. And literally at that time, I probably still had like, you know, I was still cold calling, but I still had Indeed up in another tab. Like I was, I was like, what if it all failed and I had to go back
Yeah.
to work tomorrow?
Yep. Yep.
But I just needed some money. I needed some money. I needed the hustle and I needed to get it. So the fact that I saw he was on the same page and he was going to help me with that and we can add value to each other, right? because I was full time in it, and he
Mhm.
was still working his job as a paralegal. So it's like he had the money, and I had the time to just go out and get it while he's at work. And
Mhm.
what we was talking about offline, a lot of people don't even know I live in Houston. I live in
Mhm.
Houston, Texas, but I
Yep.
do all of our deals are in Killeen, Texas, which is 2.5 to 3 hours away. And
Mhm.
I used to stay down here at my cousin's house probably about 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes almost 2 months at a time. You know,
Mhm.
just out here hustling, driving for dollars, getting deals. So we just took off after that. We literally just wholesaled everything, JV'd everything for a year straight, 50-50. We didn't become like legal business partners until August of 2020, and we've been
Mhm.
running it up ever since.
Yep.
I love it. What is the glue that keep you guys together? Because I'll be honest, again, this is a show of being honest, right? I
Right.
keep it raw. I have tried to partner with people, and maybe I'm a bad partner. I can admit that. I'm a bad partner. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem. Like, you know what? Because as a female, and I'm not even gonna blame it on the female thing. Me personally, I want to make sure every part of the deal is done. I'm a control freak.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
don't know how to trust people. When I
Right.
try to trust people, they show me I can't trust them, and then another side come out. And y'all, I don't want to go to jail. I never been. You know what I'm saying? I'm a
Right.
I'm not gonna last in jail. I'm just saying. And when it come to money, I'm like, where's my money? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I put in work. I work with people where I've put in a lot. And you know how the game go, right? Hey, if you do this and that, when it happens, when the deal
Mhm.
closes, and I'm gonna pay you. So sometimes you could put that energy and drive into the wrong person and or people, and you're not getting out what you're putting in. And I've
Right.
done that a couple times where now I'm like really standoffish to working in a with a team. I'm kind
Right.
of how y'all was in the beginning. Like, listen, I'll Dre V with anybody all day long, but we're going 50-50 that thing. Or I've even learned that 50-50 ain't even cool with everybody always. And it's okay to
You.
say,
Yep.
listen, I'm going to take this 75, you're going to take that 25.
Right.
Because I have, and being a part of Superhumans, again, just keeping it real, I've
Mhm.
been like, yo, because we family, yeah, 50-50. I get the check, I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
was it? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you gave me this lead, you did. But now I had to put in work with Sister Mary for, last couple
Right.
of weeks or whatever. And I don't think that is worth 50-50. I think what I put in was worth 75. And I think that not a think, but when we are partnering working with people, it's okay to say what we feel we are worth. It's okay to talk
Mhm.
it out. That person might say, well, look, I don't think you're worth this because I think I'm worth that. And
Right.
come up before you even do the deal with whatever your percentage may be, or your JV agreement.
Right.
Handle that stuff up front, because in this business it will chew you out. And if you
Mhm.
don't have that paperwork together, if you're not with somebody that you trust, it's easy to get taken advantage of, especially if you're new to the game. They smell
Right.
us out. They know we fresh. When you ask a
Right.
question, I can know if you're a seasoned or if you're a newbie. I can
Right.
know if
Right.
you're still wet behind the ears based off of how you talk to me.
That's true.
So, if you have people in the game that are not real with themselves and they are selfish, they don't want to really allow people to know where they're going and share that. And so when
Right.
you're around people like that, it takes from you then, putting out. But without further ado, we are here to talk about partnerships,
Mhm.
solutions, and principles. And so,
Mhm.
with that being said, the partnership, how does it gel for you guys? Like, what's the glue that keep you together? Who's kind of more off than somebody got to wheel them in? Like, because
Mhm.
everybody, I feel like, have that person. So, tell me
Right.
how y'all stick together here.
Right. So, what really is the glue was at first we were doing deals together. We did several deals together. But when we got into like the Superhuman campaign and we were really active in it, we were under basically the tutelage of Aaron Bevins for a very long period of time. It started to change our mindset and get us in a more of a doing business mindset. That's why I said, like, if you want to do deals,
Oh,
welcome to the group. But if you
yes,
want to do business, welcome to the family, right?
thanks. I love
because
that.
because it was an elevating of the mindset, which then would elevate your beliefs, your behaviors, and things of that nature, right? So when we basically built the business out the mud together, right? So when you are doing deals with somebody that's already doing deals, I mean, that's basically where that relationship ends. Is once the deal is closed and funded, I mean, that business relationship is over with. But when you get into a book like Traction, and then you sit together for hours upon hours in a room and you create a vision together, and then you sit more hours and hours in the room and create core values together, and then you
Mhm.
create a focus and a niche together,
Did
right?
you hear this sexy talk,
it,
guys?
it
I don't know.
changes.
I think we're losing the guests for real because you gotta really know this language to understand how good you sound right now. Like,
Yeah,
I see why y'all partners because I
yeah.
can't sit in the room with somebody for hours and hours. Like, no, I'm not.
Right,
I'm just saying, I want to sit by myself for hours and read the book and write my own stuff. Just teasing, but what you're sharing is you guys were bonding. You
right,
guys were creating this already energy that's there. But the number one thing that you guys both did together is you showed up and you took action.
right.
And that takes both players. So, guys, if you're just joining us, again, it's Keeping It Real Tea. I'm here with my guy, Michael and Jerry. And we're
Hmm.
talking about today, guys, we're talking about partnerships, we're talking about principles, and we're talking about solutions. So, they both are partners. Jerry lives in Houston, correct, Jerry? And their business is done in Killeen. So he's taking action. He goes to the area where they're doing properties. He had to stay at his cousin's house for weeks at a time. Him and Michael met at a tax sale. They were doing a little bit of information outside wholesale individually until they met. But we're talking about the bond and the time that they spent together, JV and deals, working together, and that what is one of the ways that allow their partnership to really get tight and for them to bond.
Hmm.
Michael was really getting into some sexy talk here when he was really deep diving into their business plan. If you have not already and you do have a partner, or even if you're working by yourself, it's so important to read the book Traction.
Hmm.
And he's talking about how they bonded over that book together and they deep dived into that book together to really bond their business. So if you guys have not already, if you are interested, write that book down, Traction.
Hmm.
Make sure if you do have a partner that you're bonding with them, you're spending time with them. And also another important thing that Michael said is that they also did several deals with each other first.
That's
So
right.
they trusted each other first. They built a relationship. A lot of times we fail because we find somebody, especially friends. I don't mean any harm, but this is where I stand at for business. You got a
Keep it
friend,
real.
oh,
Keep it
let's
real.
do
Keep it
business.
real.
Let's do business. We friends. That messes up the friendship if something happened. I've had,
Hmm.
and I'm not going to say the name, but I've had a very special person to me that I love so much that I almost lost the relationship with
Oh
trying to
wow.
be in a partnership. Now we wasn't like, hey, let's just JV. We're on that now because we grow and we know. But in the
Right.
beginning, it was like, let's partner. All right, we just was putting money out there. We were paying for cold calls. We were splitting everything, but we didn't have a plan. We didn't read traction. And we were in a superhuman campaign, but we
Hmm.
wasn't even on. This is in the very beginning of the campaign when everybody just hungry. We just meeting.
Right.
We have
Right.
structure yet that we started
Yeah.
as we got along. So I'm going very in the beginning where we were on the phone 4 and 5 hours, just kind of everybody just talking like it's one who rah sarah every
Right.
Sunday. So,
Right.
and without having that and talking to you guys today, I'm actually breaking this down as I'm talking to you. And I'm
Hmm.
glad I'm able to do this, on the show because it's real, right? But not re-interaction, not having that bonding time, just jumping straight into partners. You got to do some deals together first. You got to make sure that you want to be partners and you like how that person worked. And as they said, they was JVing together for almost about a year. I thought you guys
Hmm.
were partners way before that, but they just became partners a couple months. It seems like before we met you guys at the gala, you just really locked up to
Right.
make that partnership go.
Right. Right. That's
So,
right.
on the outside in, I didn't see that. I thought you guys like even meeting at the tag sale. I know the story,
Hmm.
but prior to, I thought you guys been partners for years because that's how tight your relationship and partnership is. And even in
Mm-hmm.
the beginning, you guys were so gel tight that I thought you were in the same state. I thought you were like cousins, or I really did. I was like, man, everything just gelled together. They got this going on. They must have been,
Mm-hmm.
family related and been doing this for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So, I love that. So fast forward to, okay, now you guys get together, and you're serving, right? You just want to close as many deals. You guys are just hustling and serving. And just
Mm-hmm.
share with me has God done. And I say God because I know I could talk about God with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But what has God done and blessed you guys with in your life, being able to serve in your business and in the community as well?
Jerry?
Just all types of opportunities, um, really all types of opportunities, like
Mm-hmm.
just adding value to everybody we come in contact with, right? Whether
Mm-hmm.
it's sellers, whether it's our buyers, our title company, everybody we come in contact with, it's just our natural selves to add value, to serve, right?
Right.
Um, it's though those 92 problems that we solved last year, there were two deals where we walked away from the table with $500. Okay,
And worked hard.
check, $500
Come
check,
on, keep it real, God. Can y'all
and a
keep it
lot of,
real for a second?
and,
Can I repeat
Mm-hmm.
that?
and
Because I don't
there
know who would still
were
work and
two
give
out
that
of those
same
90
time
problems.
for $500.
Yeah, we
Right.
walked away with $500. Um, yeah, $500 check, and a lot of the times, those were like two of the most complex real
Mm-hmm.
estate, issues that we've had to this day.
Now, can I break
However,
that down? Was that 250 a piece or was that 500 each? Because I remember
That
y'all saying y'all was 50-50.
I think one of them was
I'm
like
just
two
saying.
hundred and fifty bucks a piece.
peace, yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
say,
But we treated it like it was a $5,000
That's where I was
deal.
yeah,
going with it. I already know you
yeah.
did because you guys
So,
serve.
so I say
Yes.
that to say this, like during those times, right? I have told Michael twice, and I'm just like, hey, if we could walk away and break even and help these sellers out, I would be cool with that. And he looks back at me and he's like, I feel the same way.
Wow.
Everybody is not going to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not going to have that response,
Right.
partners included. Like
Right.
we've JV'd with people, and I lie to you now, we've gotten a response like, well, had I known you could only get this, I would have kept it and
Mm-hmm.
try to get more. But I'm just like, we just solved the problem though. Like,
Right.
what's the problem?
And
But
you can't get more anyway, so.
right,
Yes.
so it's
See
just
that
one of those things. Like,
serving? When you
but it,
serve, that's why y'all win. When you're
Mm-hmm.
doing things and you're not in it for what you're getting out of it. And I don't think that, even during that time, it wasn't like you guys millionaires and made it and you could be like, whatever. I'm sure that there was things that you could have used that money for, but you're not thinking on like, all right, what I can use this for. You're thinking of how I can serve. When you
Mm-hmm.
change your mindset,
That's
because
right.
you guys, I mean, we're regular people. You guys are regular people. Hey, listen, I'm about to put it out there. If y'all go on Jerry page now, Jerry be cutting up sometimes. He's a regular person. He like to have fun.
Uh-huh.
We work hard, but we also have fun. But when you serve and that mindset is there, I might see Jerry, and it's not often. I'm just teasing and picking on him. But I might see him in the club, and I'm like, oh man, this is his story. He lit tonight. The next day, though, guess what? He got in the car,
Mm-hmm.
working,
Mm-hmm.
hustling. It doesn't stop. That mindset, you got to do it every single day. Every single day. You got to get up as like as you not you're like you don't know where the next check is coming. You got to keep
Right.
thinking like you don't.
right,
That was my mindset last month. I was like, you know what? Once I get a deal under contract, I got a TC. She handle everything. Let me focus on the next person I can help.
Mm-hmm.
Not the next deal or money I can make, the next person I can help.
That's right.
When you think of it that way and when you serve and you guys lead in that, I don't know if anybody really paying attention to what I'm saying, and I keep repeating myself. If you guys have just joined me, I have Michael and Jerry here with me. We are sipping tea. Guys, weigh your tea, raise your drink. And we are talking about principles. We're talking about partnership, and we're talking about solutions in real estate. It's so important if you do want to win to serve. And I really want to get that across today. That's my biggest message. No matter what the topic is, serve from your heart and do it genuinely.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely, might I add. Because you could do something, but I don't like people that do something like, well, I know if I pray, God going, answer the prayer. He might not. That might not be, his will for your life. But your
Right.
prayer should be is, God, may your will be done in my life and not my own, because we're thinking with our flesh. We're thinking with our mind. And
Mm-hmm.
our stories is not for us. Our lives is not for us. It's for us to help the next person. It is
Right.
for us to get more people to the kingdom. It's for us to show God's light through us and whatever vehicle he decided to take us. It's not just real estate. We just happen to be in real estate. But
Mm-hmm.
whether you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're the trash man, that's why we
Right.
gotta respect everybody. When I see people cleaning up, and true story, I was at an event, guy was, picking up trash and he was dirty clothed and everything. And somebody was like, oh, I want to talk to the owner. And they were just being, real outrighteous because, sometimes you're around people and the party ain't what they thought it was going to be, or they want to complain about something and they want to
Mm-hmm.
see the owner. But the guy turned around like, I am the owner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Just because if the appearance is not there, don't mean one way or the other. And we got to respect everything. We got to
Right.
serve everyone. This guy owns the building, but he's serving because he's cleaning up. He don't want to pay somebody to clean. He might
Right.
have the money to do it, but he's serving.
Right.
And
Right.
that's the point that I really want to get across is when you shift that mindset to serve, when you shift that mindset to help, when you surround your mindset around good things, around good intentions, the affirmations that we talk about, all of
Mm-hmm.
these things are so important. And it's things that I'm studying in every day. It's things I'm learning each and every day. But
Mm-hmm.
you guys really lead the way in partnership. And I really wanted that to be shown today. I
Right.
see it when I scroll down, but I wanted to give you guys this platform so that those that do not know you know your story, because to me, you guys are perfect leaders. I mean, I love everything about your business. You guys have some things that you're doing for the community. Let's talk about it. We got the Urban Power Connection, and we also have the CEO Youth League, right?
Right. Right.
So tell me a little bit about that, Michael.
Sure, sure. So we're partnered with some guys in our local community, Urban Power Connections. So the lowest community in Killeen, Texas, is the zip code 76541. So these guys put together like a 4-1 community fund. They allow the community, whenever we get wholesale deals or deeply discounted deals within that area, we always push them that way first, to see if the local community wants to come together, put together a crowd fund so that they can become owners in their own community.
Wow.
A lot of times, especially in the communities of what they call color or whatnot, there's a very low percentage of those citizens who actually are owners within their own community. So even if they don't have money, they can come in what's called like a sweat equity program, where they can come and give their time, their knowledge, and their energy towards cleaning up the property, doing whatever it is that their trade is, whether it's like sheetrock, plumbing, electric, whatever the case may be. They can come in and put forth their efforts, and then they can be part owner of that specific asset or that specific piece of property. So there's a portfolio that we have that's pretty cool, and just want to see the local community succeed, and have them to be actual owners in the area that they live. So that's
I love
the
that.
UPC, yeah. So that's Urban
Come
Power
on.
Connections, and then
Who's
Jerry will tell
doing
you
this?
more
Who's
about.
talking about giving back? Like what's for real? We talk to some people, how you making your money, what you doing, how much money you made, how much money you did, what you do. Everybody get pumped about that, but nobody's talking about how you're taking that money and putting it back into the community.
Right, right.
Or taking that your time. It's not even about money. Let me clarify that.
Hmm.
When you are volunteering, you're doing something for the community, or you have a nonprofit, or getting into stuff. It's not about money. It's also about time. The time that you take to spend with the person means a lot. The resources you take to pull together for them.
Right,
Just being there and being of support when you could have been anywhere else. Michael,
right.
you're married, correct?
Yes.
So, do you have children?
I have one son.
One son. So
Hmm.
being married, you have a son, and Jerry, not to single you out here, but I believe you're single. Are you single?
No, I got
Oh
I'm putting
snap!
my day on
I
the
got
mat.
Put
My
him
bad,
out there.
ladies. Let
Put
them
him
know.
out there.
I got a lady. I got a lady.
Okay, awesome. He's
Yeah,
taken, guys. My bad. My bro is taken.
yeah.
I wish I
Real
could
talk.
talk about it. But where I'm going with this is you guys have other things outside of real estate that you do. You have other commitments and people that you're committed to, and other things that could use your time. And you're taking time out of this because, mind you, you guys getting the money, but I know the time is you don't have time for family. You don't as much. I mean, it's there,
Well,
especially Michael. I
Well,
know it's
that's one of
hard.
the yeah, that's one of the principles that aligned us right away is, we were able to both agree that we value time. We value our freedom over even over security. There's no security in a wholesale business, so to speak. I mean, you can build systems, build processes, have numbers, have expectations, right? But I mean, can you really? You know what I mean? You can build a machine, but anything can happen. We know that the market goes up and down, and things change, which means your strategies change and things like that. But one thing that Jerry and I agreed on from the jump was like we valued freedom. We
I
valued not
love
clocking
that.
in. We valued, building something that would support our lifestyle more than just support us just financially. We weren't just thinking about the
Mm,
money.
I love
Right.
that. Recently I
Mhm.
went to Miami last week, and I went during the middle of the week for the first time. It was like it wasn't the weekend. It was I think a Tuesday, and went down, came back on a Thursday, and I came home like, man, I feel like the day should be Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like I just kind of in the
Mhm.
middle of the week just got up and went. And for me, that moment, even though it's small, but to get on that plane and not have to tell somebody, hey, I need these 8 hours off. Can I get permission? Who gonna watch, my children? Just I just felt so good. And for me, I was like, man, for somebody might like shit clown, but I kind of got off the plane, was like, you know what? I'm about to
Mhm.
break down off here because I just planned a little trip and I had the best time.
Yeah.
If we don't have that balance, if we're not free, what are we doing it for? If we are not,
Right.
we don't have the freedom to travel, the freedom to live, the freedom to have the lifestyle that we want to have, then it's hard work, y'all. Like for
Yeah.
what? For
And that's what Jerry really inspired me. That's why it wasn't a problem for me to split that assignment fee in half,
what?
right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 12 racks. We split like 6 and 6, you know, um, because I was inspired that he was like going all in. He was like 100 with it. I was still kind of trying to get enough courage to leave the
Leave the
job.
job.
You
Let
know
me
what I
tell
mean?
you something. Leaving my job December 6th, 2020, I left. Leaving then was the best thing. I'm sorry, 2019. Leaving then was the best thing I could have ever done because as long as you have that, I call it a parachute, right? Like I know if I fall, that check gonna come. You know what I'm saying? If I don't
Hmm.
do nothing, if I call out, put that PTO, 2 weeks, I'm getting that check. It's gonna be the same. Whether I called out or didn't show up, it's the same. Whether I go
Right.
to the 8 hours and I really give them 4, I still clock in for the 8, so I'm gonna get that check. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep
Yeah.
it real. Like I don't know
Yeah.
about y'all, but I used to work in the hospital. I would go in the hospital, clock in, go get breakfast. Mind you, I say clock in. Now I'm going stroll down. I'm going to get my breakfast. I'm coming back. Go to the bathroom, eat the breakfast. I had to be to work at 8:30. I probably got started about 10. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I took an hour and a half and I didn't get started. But I say that to say when I left that job and I was like, okay, where's that next check coming from? And we started talking to Aaron, and I'll never forget, he was like, don't never know where you're not going to get that next check. You should never not know when the next time you're getting paid.
Hmm.
You should never not know, okay, when your next deal closing. You should not be like, I don't know. You need to have
Right.
that prepared. And from that moment, I was like, okay, all right, what I got to do? Because I didn't
Hmm.
have that parachute. So now you go out and you hustle because you know you don't have that next check coming in. For me, that
Right.
kind of like put the fire. I don't know about you, Jerry, but I was like, I was really out here like, all right, I don't know. And you guys remember my story. I was in a hotel.
Hmm.
That was my fuel to my
Yep.
fire. I was literally in a hotel. I was just totally had just been done with everything that I was dealing with at the time. That I
Hmm.
left everything, took my kids, and went to one room hotel with 3 boys. Everybody have a PlayStation or Xbox that they want to look at. It's 3 TVs in one
Hmm.
room.
Yeah.
Car was my office.
Yeah.
And that was
Hmm.
my motivation. I was like,
Right.
sometimes when God just stripped you from everything, and I'm going back to the spirit because in that moment I was stripped from every single thing. And I had to
Mm-hmm.
really still shift my mindset to say, okay, God, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this with your guidance, but I'm gonna do this where I didn't want to really go to a system. No disrespect to systems, but I was like, I don't want to be in a system. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the help, and I was getting the help, but I didn't stay there. You know, I used it as my bridge tool to get where I needed to go, but I didn't
Right.
stay there. And like they were offering me a house if I stayed for a year, but it's like I can't stay in a hotel with 3 kids for a year while I wait for a place. I appreciate
Right.
it, but you know, I know God got something better. And I was so fearful, you know, being in this place, and all of that just really shifted my mindset because as a woman, y'all know, listen, I wear my heels. Now I'm walking in a hotel with 3 kids with shoes on
Mm-hmm.
and a,
Yeah.
bag, and it's late. And I'm just like, I remember having a knife, real talk, inside the bed because I'm like, yo, somebody coming here, they don't even know what type of female I am. They get ready to get knots rocked off. Like, seriously,
Yeah.
it ain't even go down. Like, I would literally train my kids to be like, all right, y'all, somebody come in here, you hit the light, you get the lamp, you get the telephone pole, you know, we had plans because I was just wanted to protect my boys.
Right.
But I say that to say when you're in those situations, it just really motivates you to hustle even harder. And sometimes God will strip you from everything when you're going a certain place. God just has a way of picking us up sometimes and taking us where we need to be because we're his children. That's just like your
Mm-hmm.
mother. You do something, your mother mad at you like I don't know what, but they're gonna drag you, however you got to get over there and
That's
get
right.
you to where you need to be and get you in line. And for
Uh-huh.
me, I love that. I see that in you guys. I mean, strong men, strong African American black men. You know, obviously I don't have to say this, but it's not about the race thing. But when I see my people do well, and I see us succeeding, and I see us reaching back out to the community, and I see us pulling each other up, I
Mm-hmm.
love that. For me, that's everything. When we are able to show God's love through us to each other, and it's
Right.
genuine. Like when I met you guys, and I even got a video. I crack up, Michael, because you got up and you start doing the tip. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I remember
I was
that
just like,
at the
yeah,
restaurant.
it was just so genuine that weekend.
Yeah.
I felt like I've known everybody that I've met for so long, and we had just met. Like I remember going to the airport, I was really crying back, like, man, these were some great people. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just really met some of the most amazing people. And like I said before, I just love what you guys do. I love that you give back. I love that you're natural leaders. And
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see more. What do you guys got coming up? What are you working on? Because I cannot remember it. I was trying to really stalk you guys before I came on here. You
Mm-hmm.
have a hashtag right now that I think is it pay yourself first or pay it first? What is it? What's the
Is it
hashtag?
profit first?
Profit first. Thank you.
Jerry, you posted the
First.
profit first?
Tell me
Yeah,
about that.
video,
Yeah, yeah.
video. Yeah, yeah. So I'm just from added value a lot. Going back to what I was saying about that, we just we I guess like we motivate a lot of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to show more of our journey, right? We have so much stuff in our phones, like it's
Yeah.
crazy. So I think if anything, that's something that we are working on,
Mm-hmm.
like just showing our journey, showing what we did and whatnot in 2020, how we, like my bro Jay said, we prospered in the pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like we have so much gold in there. It wasn't like hey, let's pull a list. You do this, you do that. Like literally, we put our driving for dollars list together. We were doing 20K a month with no dollar. We was hand dialing. So like
Yep.
so people ask me about what can I do to get started, just take action, just do it.
Take action.
There you
Yeah,
go.
like literally we were linking up at Starbucks, and just
Mm-hmm.
we had sellers. Yeah, we had sellers going to Starbucks, sellers and
Mm-hmm.
buyers. So
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
literally, we knew the whole staff. They was giving us refills on things we wasn't
Yeah.
supposed to be. Like we were just doing it, right? So, but yeah, I wanted to share that part of the business. We actually learned that nugget from our guys Keith and Lenny when we went to their 2-day transformation, and
Mm-hmm.
just from that's a book that they gave us from that 2-day weekend, and it was just a game changer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we know exactly how our business is doing. We didn't know that when we were hustling and getting assignment fees, right? It looked like we were doing good. Our our LLCs had a lot of money in it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it looked like we were doing good. But once we broke down our finances, and a percentage goes back into the business, a percentage goes to tax, and a lot of the times, you start off small, but that small chunk, that is what you pay yourself with, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no sugarcoating it. So if we hop on a call on Sunday, and or somebody's asking like, hey, how's business, and it's only $500 left in the operating expenses, you can't even fake that. You're just like,
uh, you can't fake that.
you can't
Right,
fake it. Yeah, you
right.
can't fake it. So 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna be at that networking event. I'm telling Mike like, hey, bro, we got to get some more fees.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Had to
So
miss that one.
I just wanted to share that journey, and sort of like how we just transformed.
Mm-hmm.
We wasn't worried about a CPA. We talked to a CPA more in the past month than we did all last year. So we keep
Right.
cutting down, more in touch with our finances now, bookkeeping, stuff like that. So it is
Mm-hmm.
time consuming, but
That's
guess what?
business
This
talk
year we
right
got to work.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell people who don't know what a CPA is? That's just business talk right there. Like I don't
CEO
know.
talk.
For
It's
real,
that
somebody
CEO talk.
they might not have
A
caught that.
CPA is your business's wife. That's what a
Facts.
CPA is. Your
Facts.
business's
All
wife.
day long. You better
Facts.
have it.
Yeah.
So
Facts. If not,
basically, we paid too much in taxes. So yeah, we needed to talk to him a little bit more often this year.
Right.
there you go. You say you pay too much. Look, some people don't pay enough. Y'all didn't see over
Mm-hmm.
serving. Y'all like, you know what,
Mm-hmm.
God, y'all you done gave it to me, Lord. I'm gonna just give it back to the government.
No, but a CPA will teach you, and if it's a solid CPA like Jerry said that you can add value to, maybe by referrals and things of that nature, and that you can make it simple for him, like you have all your QuickBooks and all your stuff together when you bring it to him, rather than him having to flip around and stuff like that. He will break down the game to you. They will
That
break down the game to
gems.
you.
That
Right.
is gems. If you have a
Yep.
business, you don't have one, get one. Even if it's in the beginning, just to talk about, where you are right now, where you're going. You don't need to talk to them often, but it's very good to have one. Um,
Hmm.
Mykael, tell us before we jet off of here, just leave us with some gems. What's something that you can share to just add value to our real estate community? It could be anything at all that you want to just kind of
Right.
add value to.
Let's talk about those partnership principles. So the reason why Jerry and I have been able to work together successfully was we identified who was the visionary and then who was the implementer, right?
So who is the visionary?
So the person you'll know who is the visionary because they get told no
I got
probably
an
about
idea
20
who.
times a day. They
Right.
get told no about 20 times a day. Yeah, yeah, I'm the visionary. So my mind is always going. My mind is really up in the clouds. I can come down fairly often and put some of it to work. But a lot of times I'm mostly in the clouds and I cast out that vision to Jerry, and Jerry is the one that's the implementer. Not only does he put it into action, but he takes what's useful and he uses it, and then what's not useful, which there's a lot of. I had to come to grips with that a lot of that dreaming and that vision, it's great ideas and it keeps it flowing, but a lot of it's not useful for the season that we're in. So Jerry's able to have a grip on the business and on where we're going right now in this season to be able to use say yes when yes is needed and then say no when no is needed. So it took me a while to get used to the no's. You know
Uh-huh.
what I
I
mean?
don't like no either. I don't know
But
why I don't like no.
but there was a trust factor. There was a trust factor there because again, we lined it. We were aligned based on our core values, and we understand. Look, we're not going to operate outside of these core values. Not in our personal life, not in our business life. We're not going to, compromise. Right. So we laid out those core values. So anytime and then we have a business focus, a mission, so to speak, that we're partaking in. So Jerry is the greatest asset to the business, to our business relationship. So that's one of the principles, the partnership principles that we have. And Jerry can talk more about it from his implementing standpoint.
Sure, Jerry. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, Mike is the visionary, but it's not even like it's not a no. So before I read Rocket Fuel, it was no. It was probably like a H now too. Like I, but after reading Rocket Fuel, it helped me understand how Michael thought, right? Because the thoughts he was coming up with, I was like, man, those are some dangerous ideas, man. Like, nah, we shouldn't do that. But or like now, ever since we read the book, it's more like a not yet, or hey, that's a good
Mhm.
idea, but let's knock out A and B first.
Hmm.
Stay focused on.
Right.
And so we just balance each other out, right? Because I
Hmm.
say not yet on some things. However, I tend to think things. I analyze things, and that's obviously what I'm here for, what I bring to the table. But one of the guys who actually used to work with us, he used to call him Trigger Mike, because Mike pulled the trigger on something, right? But because he's ready to pull the trigger, we were able to pull off our fastest closing ever, which is
Hmm.
5 days.
Hmm.
Wow.
So
Yep.
from getting it on the contract on a Monday night, a Monday afternoon, technically when the title company is closed, and having it closed out by Friday, you know.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
without him pulling the trigger on that, we wouldn't be telling that story today. So
Right.
not necessarily a no, but it's like a not yet. And I would
Hmm.
I would encourage everybody, if you're looking for a partner or you have a partner right now, definitely get into Rocket Fuel. It'll
Hmm.
definitely help you out. It'll just help you figure out how your partner is thinking and how to
Hmm.
respond to things. And he knows how to work with me more often too. So
Hmm.
definitely.
That's right.
Nice. And for my guests, can you guys post in the comments Rocket Fuel as well as Traction? Those
Hmm.
are two books that you can read to help you. As Jerry just mentioned, one helps you understand about your partner. The other help you really put down your business value, your core values, plan your business, talk to your partner, and really be able to get together. So that way your
Hmm.
partnerships and your principles can be together. For
Right.
those that are just joining us, I really want you guys to catch what Michael just talked about and Jerry kind of backed up on, and that was the visionary and the implementer. One's a
Hmm.
visionary, one's an implementer, and they kind of piggyback off of each other. So that's a great thing that you guys have. And I realized I think I've always been partnered up with visionaries. So I've been around a lot
Hmm.
of visionaries.
Right.
I have implementers that I've worked with, but
Hmm.
sometimes implementers can't work really good with a visionary if they don't know how to tell you that rocket fuel that Jerry just shared. The not
Right.
yet or the let's do this. I was
Right.
always told no. And when you tell somebody no, I feel like you don't like my ideas aren't acceptable, you're not receiving them. And so
Hmm.
I don't feel like I'm a part of the team.
You might be the visionary.
I am. I definitely am a visionary. The thing is this. I swear this is gonna be so hard to say. I feel bad. I'm like the female Aaron, y'all. Like word up.
Hmm.
Like the
Hmm.
energy is there, the
Right.
vision there, but I need somebody to take everything that I'm saying, and this is what my admin helps. Like I literally pay my admin administrative assistant a lot of money.
Hmm.
However, she helps me, and I know what I need. Like I need an
Right.
assistant to do everything. I need like a little mini realtor on my hands
Right.
to stay
Right.
in the face. My contracts get done. Guys, she had me out last Saturday. I saw four clients, four. I ran through four appointments, put in
Mm.
three offers. We got one of the offers approved, and that's why I'm closing five in August. So I
Awesome.
know where I need the help at, and it's like, okay,
Hmm.
this is what I know I need to do. I want to just get in front of the computer, hit start, and take action. I want to get
Right.
out with my clients and work with my clients. I don't want to go home be sitting doing contracts for 2 and 3 hours with the paperwork of it. I wanted to free myself from that. And of course, just, being a part of Superhumans, being real heavy online, really
Hmm.
making some noise in the DMV area, I've gotten super busy. So now
Right.
she's handling my calendar. And as we grow, I told you guys, I had to learn how to trust. I
Yeah.
completely trust my assistant with my whole heart, but I really had to learn how to trust and have somebody run the business. Since
Right.
that happened, the last
Part,
month and a half, two
part.
months, we've really been turned up. So I've seen a huge change just by letting go a little bit and
Yep.
just trusting more. And God has just really, guys, been like blessing me way beyond. Like sometimes I
Mhm.
sit and they be like, man, I remember, when I'm talking as early as January, I don't think I had any deal in January. None, zero, zilch. I was good because when you make money, but I'm living off of the money I've already previously made. So it was not like I'm in a hardship, but I'm not,
Right.
I don't know about y'all, but unless I'm closing a deal, I don't want to spend nothing. I'd be like, yo, I can imagine, but I've been to that point where I didn't. So that fear be like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go
Right.
ahead and eat these noodles tonight. I'm good. I don't want the steak tonight,
Right.
So
Right.
when you get to that moment, it's like, I don't want to, do. But now being able to see where I am with the 5 deals lined up, I really sat and I was like, you know what, God, He's just amazing.
Mhm.
When you pray for things and you really manifest things and you really, write things down, like my 3 deals happened. Actually, June, I was lined up to do 3, but one of them didn't go through. So I had 2.
Mhm.
Fast
Right.
forward to July, one of them went into July, and then I had 2 in July. So now he's lining me up, and it's like the ones that didn't go through, now they're all lined up. And August is
Right.
looking, spectacular. But I just say that to say, when we're solving problems, and the way I solve a client's problems is serving.
Mhm.
You don't have to be a problem solver. You don't have to even know how to solve the problem. You just
Mhm.
have to serve. When we
Right.
serve genuinely and we allow God to do it through us, God will guide us. God will send us
Mhm.
the resources. He will give us the words to say. He will connect us in a powerful way if we just let go and let Him use us.
Right. That's a
Really
principle.
let go.
That's
Yes.
the principle. It says, the greatest among you will be the servant of all. That's the scripture,
Come
and
on.
there's a principle in that. And that's something that Jerry and I got on the same page about. Prosperity is not the end goal.
Yeah,
Prosperity is the whole scope of the journey. It's the ups, it's the downs. It's putting the passion and the purpose over the profit
that's
and
right.
trusting, and then that's when you can really let go and become who you really are.
That's right. Oh man, that's amazing. Man, I think somebody missed that. I don't know about you. I just got chills when you said that. And it's just like if I scroll down Facebook and I see you write something, since you know people, you could think of how they say it. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
how and it just
Right.
hit me like when I see those scriptures or different things because,
Right.
man, God, thank you for just again. You can have some friends, but when that like minded is there, when I talk about like minded, I mean also in Christ. When
Mhm.
that part is there, I just be
Right.
so complete. Like, thank you, Lord. I'm around some great people
Right.
because, and I know you guys know this. You could be around people and they can talk about God and stuff, but it's something that I feel when that
Mhm.
thing hit my spirit in the inside, and I
Right.
just get so choked up from the inside out. It's not made up. I can't even
Mhm.
like. I know sometimes I'll just be riding. And I just get this great feeling like, thank you, God. When I walk away from a deal and I help somebody, whether like you said, you make no money or nothing. That feeling from the inside that hits you when you
Mhm.
saw how you impacted that life and how you helped that person, it just really for me is like, you know what, God, that's rewarding for me.
Right.
What money is, just that feeling that I got to know that I helped somebody is truly
Right.
rewarding. And it's why we do what we do,
And the
it's
bag
why
gonna come. I mean,
exactly
you keep doing the right
exactly
thing, like you keep pressing forward and you keep pursuing your vision or your passion
yeah,
first. Like you said, seek first the kingdom, and all those things will be added to you. The
added
bag
to
gonna
you.
get added to you if you seek
Yes,
first, what your purpose is and what your real reason for even being in this seller's house is,
yep.
right? Because we got a story. Jerry tells it great. We got a story about a guy, Robinette, Jerry, Robinette, Terry,
Yeah.
right? Terry. Terry was a homeless guy. Well, he was living in the house. The house didn't have no water, didn't have no electric. He didn't have a
Oh,
job. He was an alcoholic.
oh,
Yeah, but
So
yeah. And
so
that's a house we should have flipped, right? Looking back at it rather than wholesaled it.
yeah,
Um,
it was so many problems going on with that house.
yeah.
Oh, we didn't even realize how sweet of a flip that would have been. But everything comes with a lesson, right? Now these
mhm,
deals are analyzed, and we ended up getting a business coach this year also that helped us out with that.
Hmm.
But yes, but the example out of that one, right? We got a fee off of that. hunted down an heir that the family hasn't seen in years, and come to
Hmm.
find out, he stayed like 2 blocks away.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, 2 blocks away, and he told us if we told his family, he would kill us, right. But we ended up helping that man out. Michael actually ran into him the other day. He's saying, he's no longer drinking the alcohol. And
Hmm.
Oh, wow. Praise
so,
God. Y'all, you
Plug them
really had
in.
an impact on him.
Yeah,
Y'all
plug them in.
really had an impact on that
Yeah,
man.
plug them in with a local pastor in the
Oh,
community that allowed him to live at one of his like transitional facilities type
oh.
of thing. So it was much more than just the money,
Right.
and those were, and we've had, I mean, several um, transactions where you were really serving this person and
Yeah.
they felt like you were really serving them and their life was changed
Mm.
because of coming in contact with you. And that's what motivated us. That's what kept us going. That's what keeps us going even till this day, is
That's deep.
finding the purpose in what you're doing. Real estate is just a vehicle. Money is just a vehicle,
Yep.
but it's your heart and your mind that's really going to open the door for you in life and create those opportunities. It's your heart, what your purpose is, and what you're willing to sacrifice for it. And it's your mind. Can you push away them distractions and stay locked in?
That was deep. Michael, man, I wish I had so much more time with y'all because everything that you're spitting right now is just like gems. And again, I get the conversation. I'm around you guys. I talk to you. But for
Hmm.
those that don't, that they're totally new to this, we're speaking some big stuff. We on a whole nother mastermind. We done
Hmm. That's
turned
right.
our podcast guys into a whole mastermind. Guys,
Yeah,
come on, give it up for Michael and Jerry, guys.
I
They are
appreciate you. Thank
here
you very
talking
much.
about partnerships. They're throwing gems, nuggets. It's never a dull moment when I talk to you guys. So I already knew the show was going to be bananas. But I really want to make sure that my viewers, that you guys get what Michael just said and what he's talking about. This is some deep stuff. You got to really grasp and you got to get it, because if your mindset is not there, and I've been saying this and I continue to go with that mindset, because that's the first thing, is the mind. You
Hmm.
got to really have that mindset. You got to really have it set to the point where purpose over profit is
That's
easier
right.
said than done. Everybody can say, "Oh, purpose over profit," but are you really genuinely doing it though? And
Right.
when you do it, is it genuine? Because again, you can do things, and you're not fooling anybody. Whether it's genuine, just how we can feel God's spirit, and we have never seen God. He has designed and created us to feel. This is why we have emotion. This is why we
Hmm.
have different senses, smell, feel, taste, everything that we have, because we can utilize them all. And
Right.
whenever you're around someone and the feeling isn't genuine, even in your mind, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Okay, you try to be a little cordial. If it work, it do. But when it does click and you just really get that feeling inside, that's when okay, all right, God, you got me on assignment. What's good? Let me
That's
open
right.
my heart, like Michael said. You got to open your heart. You
Hmm.
got to open your heart, and you got to be able to receive, and not just receive what God has given us, but now you got to take action and deliver that message that God
That's
has given
right.
you, whether it's to help. And I'm telling you, God will guide us. He will have a way of putting you some places. Like Michael the other day ran into the guy. He didn't run into him by coincidence. God wanted him to go back and see
Hmm.
the
Yep.
impact
facts,
That's right.
that
facts.
he had made on him. So again, what they're doing, we're using real estate as a vehicle, but we're here to serve and solve problems by allowing God to use us. And when he met him, giving him resources, hooking him up with a pastor, now coming back into his life, saying that he's no longer drinking. Come on,
Hmm.
guys.
Yep.
Come on, guys. This is what I like to talk about. We could talk about real estate till we blue in the face, but who really going to listen to us and do it? Just a few people, right? Let's be honest, just a few people, right? But
It's
if
true.
we can
That's
allow
true.
somebody to leave here today knowing that, yes, we're using real estate as a vehicle, but our purpose is over profit, and that we're here to serve. We're here to
That's
solve
right.
problems, but we are here to serve. Michael and Jerry are great partners. I don't have that. That's okay. I'm gonna call y'all because y'all know I called you. I said, "Hey, I'm coming out of Texas. What's good?"
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So once you have all the steps though aligned, you can then be able to utilize have a partner because partners is good. Because I'll be honest with you, the downfall of not having a partner is not having that implementer to pull me. So I had to hire an assistant to be my implementer because I
Right.
didn't have a partner. So now I have
Right.
my assistant doing that, and that's great. But partners are great because for me, it's a lot on me as one person. I don't have a
Right.
partner
Right.
that I can call and depend on. I don't have a like-minded person that I can get to pick me up when I don't feel like it that day, or keep me motivated. Or if you get up every day and that purpose is to go in the office to meet your partner. Every day I'm getting
Mhm.
up, I know I'm meeting my partner at 9. Some people just need that extra implementing. When it comes to staying on time, staying on target, doing the things. That's me. And so what you guys have is so valuable because a lot of people don't know how to be partners. They know they
Right.
want to be partners, they just don't know how. And what we're
Right.
able to provide today is the resources. Jerry broke it down for you. Michael broke it down for you. What you need to do. If you don't have
Mhm.
traction, get it. If you don't have rocket fuel, get it. If you're looking to work with somebody you're not sure, start JV and deals with them. Get
Right.
work with them, learn them, see if
Mhm.
it's even a good fit. Michael said him and Jerry did deals before they even became partners.
Mhm.
But the way that they gelled and bonded and talked and found out, and then again, they had to come down and compromise. What are we doing with our core values? Okay, we're going to apply this to our life as well as in our, business. We're going to make sure that we always have time for our family. You got to really sit down and get into what's important to you, what's important to your business, what's important to you guys as each other, and then be open minded. If you're with a visionary, and they giving you a lot of ideas. Again, rocket fuel will help you, but you need to will them in and say, well, maybe that's not a good idea right now, but we're gonna hold on to that, or not yet.
Right.
Sorry, said, or we're gonna
Right.
do A and B to stick to what we said, and then we're gonna go ahead and see about the plan that you had. But that's a good plan.
Right.
Make them feel included, but also, be able to write ideas down so you can go back to them when you are dealing with a visionary, and just being
Mhm.
able to talk. One thing, well, I've never known, guys are not drama anyway, but if you have a partner and something happens within your partnership, don't call somebody else to talk about the partner. Deal with it head on with your
That's
partner.
right. That's
You
right.
know, I never want to be around somebody that can't tell me head on what's going on.
Mhm.
I want somebody to be real with me. I want them to be honest with me, and that's going to allow you to trust that person. You're going to have situations. You're going to have disagreements. You're not going to agree, but talk to each other. Work it out. Don't call somebody that mutually know both of y'all and talk about your partner because now you can't trust you.
Right.
And people do it.
that,
Real
Right.
talk. Something
That
happened.
ain't real
Partner ain't
tea.
missing. The
that
deal
ain't
was
yeah.
there. So don't do those things. Really bond, rely on each other, be upfront with each other, and get those systems down. So we got
Right.
um we talked about, so any other principles that we want to add? Jerry, do you have any other principles you want to add?
Action. If you take action, that's all I got.
There we go. I like that one because that's the biggest
What's
one.
that? Take action.
Take action all
Yes,
day, every
sir.
day. What we say,
Have a
you can
why. Like
learn
have a
all
why
day.
first. Before you
Yep.
do anything, have a why, have a vision, have a and write it down. It says write the vision down so that he may Terry that reads it. You know
That
what
Come
I
on
mean?
now.
So that's a principle right there. Have your vision and write it down.
Yep. And make it plain and make sure you and
Make
your
it
partner
plain.
have that vision together. If it's
Right.
something that y'all got to think on or work on, that traction book will really allow you to lay it down.
Yep.
It's designed where the business plan is right in there. You don't have to make it up. It's telling you step by step what you need to do. You just plugging in your ideas. You just plugging in your business. And so those are definitely designed to help you in your business. It's designed to, also help you dealing with your partner and being able to be a better partner to your partner, which
Hmm.
is amazing because you got to be able to work together, right? You got to be able to know how to pull that one. And you guys work so great together that I love, even when you said, Michael, Jerry told me no, and Jerry was like, well, it's not a no. Like he was trying to dress it up for you. He didn't want,
Yeah.
no, this is what it
Y'all
is.
should hear him. He be like, y'all should hear him on the phone. He said, bruh, like, nah, man. Move on. Move on to the next one.
bruh,
Next.
like
That's
that.
how he Bruh,
But
nah.
other
That
times, but
brother,
other
little
times it
brother,
is
right?
like,
So
hold up.
it's like that
Yeah.
big little brother, right? So he comes up with some great ideas. It's I always say there's a difference between
Oh, there you go. I can hear you now.
Hmm.
I'm
Got you.
sorry,
You good.
it was somebody calling me, but I always say it's two people who have a hundred-year plan. That's Toyota and that's Mike. So Mike has a plan. He does. He has it. But we have to. We just it's not right for the season. Not yet.
Yeah, yeah. It's a season for everything. That's another principle.
I love that though. And it is. So not to say your idea is not good right now, it's just for another season.
Hmm.
Because I already know how your mind think that's for that season when we really where we want to be with the when the
Hmm.
dollars is really stacking up. We had Bryson in the boardroom the other day. Bryson, like I'm in Germany with the suit on. I'm like, dang, Bryson, you just gonna take us to Germany real quick? A little
Love B,
German
man.
sit back in
Yeah,
the boat. I said, okay. I
yeah.
see you, son. Visionary. That's what we
Uh-huh.
have to do because you got to really also envision yourself of who you want to be. I shared
Right.
it last week with Bryson, and that's to really take 30 minutes a day and think about the person that you're becoming. Think about the
Mm.
person God wants you to become.
Hmm.
Really align yourself with where God is taking you to make sure you know what's your purpose for the day.
Right.
I found myself in doing that in the morning. What happens is God may give me a note to go somewhere, and I might get that feeling I was telling you guys somewhere, whether I'm at Starbucks or wherever, and I'm like, man, but God just want you to cross somebody's path. Whether you
Hmm.
exchange information, it'll be used later. Sometimes you have to think about once something happened and you saw how God blessed you, the steps that it took to like get to that blessing. Like, man, God, you was there from meeting this person, passing the
That's
call.
right.
Months later, they reach out. Now you're being offered or asked to do some amazing things, and it's just like, huh? What happened?
Right.
Because you're where you need to be. You're at the place that God wants you to be.
That's
And the
right.
only way we could do that is if we totally open up our minds, open up our hearts. And that's for business. That's for real estate, success, your career, whatever it is you want to do. Again, we're focusing and talking about real estate, but it's whatever career you decide to do. God
Right.
said
That's right.
everywhere. So that means take him everywhere we go. We always work with a genuine heart. We do it in a love of servitude and we help others, whether that's going back to the community, helping. Somebody needs your help, guys. It's not just about making money, it's also about taking that money and doing good. Yes, we
That's
deserve a good
right.
we deserve it. We work hard, but somebody else can benefit from what you have and your resources. And
Hmm.
so I really want to challenge everybody this year. When we go to the gala and we're making noise, I want everybody to come and tell me who they donating to. Like, what's good? What's your
Right.
we talk about all this good money, but also let's celebrate who you helping. So
Right.
I'm going to change it a little bit this year and just also be able to
Yeah.
recognize how we're helping people. Mine's is the Children's Hospital. I
Hmm.
used to work in the cancer center at Mercy Medical here in Baltimore. So my heart is always wrapped around cancer, and I just have a soft spot for it, period. And so for the children to have cancer and for me to read those stories and see
Hmm.
how young kids are really suffering early, it just really breaks my heart. And so that's a big one that I donate to. I haven't done anything in a community, but I will because you guys definitely have inspired me to do so. And I really wanted to make sure to share light on that because I think it's important to not talk about the success we have, but talk about how we're reaching back, how we're giving back, how we're helping the community, and what you guys do, your face, your color, your leadership, what you're doing, I scroll down your page. And guys, if you don't know and you haven't been following them, follow their page. I mean, they're in their community
Hmm.
every day. And the thing is this, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it such a buck because this is a really a pet peeve of mine that I don't like. When you guys post about money, you get over 100 likes. When you guys
Yeah. Yeah, for
post about
sure.
being in the community and doing stuff for the children, you get
Hmm.
half of those likes. Like,
Right.
come on, that's so
Boom.
backwards, but that's what we do because everybody's looking at the success. Those
Hmm.
children that you're talking to in that gym who's playing ball, they need
Hmm.
to see you guys and see that I'm just like Jerry and Michael. I can
Right.
make this money too. Oh, okay. Michael was a paralegal. I could do that too. Oh, Jerry
Hmm.
didn't have a job, but he was okay. I could do that too. And you
Right.
guys are not on a screen, but you are physically there. They can touch you. They can see you. They can ask you questions. I really wanted to shed light on that because that's important. I have
Right.
3 boys three ages 16, 11, and 9. I
Right.
don't have anything around me that has a community with people like you two in a gym telling my son that they can make money and be successful in real estate or be whoever they want to be. But
Right.
they don't have to be, acceptable to what is around in the community. But they could be beyond that and still come
Hmm.
back to the community and be a part of it.
That's
And so
right.
for me, I really gel with you
Facts.
guys on that. And I wanted to bring light because I have three boys. I have
Hmm.
three boys, and being able to be divorced. Their father is still in their life, but in our community and at home, they can't just go across the street and see a face like theirs and know that they're in good hands or know that they're around positivity or know that someone else is there encouraging them of what they can do and what they can be. And
Hmm.
there's some people that don't have fathers at all. And so I really want to, again, just thank you guys. I'm not in your community, but I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart as a mom of three
Hmm.
boys that don't have what you guys
For
are
sure. For
providing
sure.
me. That is
Yep.
very important. I thank you
Yep.
guys
You're
because
welcome.
it's mothers, and we don't even like a mom like me. I don't know about basketball. I might go out there and throw the ball up a little bit and play around with the kids. But
Hmm.
the technique, if they decided, hey, I want to do this, further, they don't have anyone in the community that's coming back
Right.
to really
Oh, we
teach them.
coach basketball too. We
I
support a
love it.
basketball team, coach basketball. They won six
Love it.
championships this year.
I saw that
So
on your page. That's why I
yeah.
saw it. I'm like, you know what? When you post about real estate and making money, everybody, ooh, ah. When you post a scripture or when you post about helping, you do
Hmm.
get likes and it's there, but it's
Hmm.
not as much as when you talk about the money. And we got to
Right.
shift our community mindset and let them know, yes, we making money, but guess what? We back out here and we loving up on the community and we're showing them positivity because they need it. With the whole, Black Lives Matter cop thing, you guys know it. I don't even have to get into that part of it.
Hmm. Hmm.
But what you guys are doing is so important to the community. And I appreciate you. And I wanted to really shed light to you because,
We
again,
appreciate that.
I don't see anybody else talk about what they're doing in the community. And if they do, no shade is one video that you
Hmm.
might catch, once a year. I see you
Right.
guys post weekly. I see you guys post often. You are
Hmm.
there. You're with the workers, in the community, as well as the kids. And so, again, it's not something that's a fake or fraud. And I wanted to
Right.
shed light because I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
Big ups, big ups. So without further ado, you guys, thank you so much.
Oh, wait, I got one more
Oh,
thing.
yes, please. I'm
You
about
was
to ask
talking
you.
you was talking about the gala, right?
Yeah, yep, yep.
Let us flex real quick. Y'all remember this?
Please, Max. Please show me.
Y'all remember this right
Get
here?
up to the screen. I can't see it. My eyes.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all remember that right there?
I see that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see
Look,
that.
check this out. So we stood up on that stage and we said we had a lot more work to do. We appreciated the
Yep.
acknowledgement, but we had a lot of work to do because though we did that many deals and had that GP, our spread on every single deal was very, very low. So we just wanted to flex real quick and let everybody know who's coming after this. We doubled our deal spreads over the entire 2021, and we made
Oh,
what we made last year in 6 months.
come on now.
So you coming
This,
after this right here, you're gonna have to come with it.
We
beat
got to
this,
come harder.
this,
You're gonna have to come with it.
beat
I
this.
already
I'm on
know.
video. I'm I'm on video saying we gonna run it back. Hey, it's been hard this year.
You
Oh
Right?
already
my
know I got
goodness.
the video. I was
It's
getting
been
ready to
hard.
bring it up.
But
You
this
and
Yeah,
the
it has been.
year,
like,
yeah, year, this year has been like the year, right? For the 92 deals is cool and all, but that came with no time with our family.
yeah.
Me and Michael was running every single day of the week, getting those
Hmm.
deals. So this year we're putting some systems in place, trusting our virtual team, right?
Love
Hmm.
it.
Trusting other people in our business, right? Being able to let them shoot the offers, let them send the contracts out, so Michael and I can focus on other things. So when
Hmm.
we got off to a slow start in the first quarter,
For
it's
real.
real easy to be like, "Hey, bro, you know what? Let's go back to do what we do, which is hustle."
Right.
Guess what? We have to stick to the plan. We have to stick
Yep.
Hmm.
to the plan. So second quarter we went crazy, made up for all of that, right?
I
Hmm.
know
But
that's right.
it's hard. We still real estate trapping now, but
Yeah.
we're building a business that can run.
Right.
And
Like
that part is stressful. That part
like
is
EB said, me and the team built a machine.
mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Me and the team built a machine.
I
Yeah.
love it. Facts, facts. Big ups to y'all. Shout out to Michael and Jerry in the building. You guys are keeping it real tea with your girl Yolanda. I appreciate you guys tuning in to my guests. This is the Prosperity Innovators, guys. Michael and Jerry, bomb people. I love what they're doing in community as well as in real estate. Michael, let us know where we can reach you. Where are you at on social media?
Most of my time is spent on Facebook, so it's just Michael Lane. I'll start getting a little bit more active now that we have some more time.
Jerry, implement him on
I
IG.
know, right? You said
Follow
for me, I'm on
Michael.
IG. Yeah, we headed that. I'm headed that direction. It's just Michael Lane, just like it says on the screen. Michael Lane on Facebook, and then it's Real Estate Mike on IG. But I'll get it more active.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, I love if you
So
guys follow him on Facebook, be ready for a nice scripture. Great follow feed, family oriented page. Talk
Hmm.
about real estate. So for me, it's more than just a real estate page. If you just want to get some gems, nuggets throughout the day, if you want to get that mindset right, if you want a good scripture to just set your day, follow my man Michael. You're gonna get that every single day. Big
Hmm.
ups. Jerry, where can
Appreciate
we
that.
find you at, Jerry?
most definitely. So he said he's active on Facebook. I'm probably more active on IG, on Instagram.
Hmm.
You
So
are.
underscore. That's where I'm posting. I'm posting a lot more of our journey, a lot more of the things that we're doing out in the field. So I need to get more on, do a lot of the same stuff on Facebook also.
Okay, and how can we find you on IG and Facebook? What's your name? Did
You
you hear
heard
me,
it?
Jerry? I don't think you heard me.
He might
Let
have
me.
got.
Uh,
I was getting ready to look for you. How can we find you on IG and Facebook?
My IG name is underscore J dot Pearson, and then on Facebook it's just Jerry J Pearson.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time, guys. They told you where you can find them. If you have any questions about real estate, what they do in the community, how you can support what they're doing, definitely reach out to them. Thank you guys so much. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Family for life.
That's right.
Peace.